Science and math are usually taught as different subjects in school. But have you ever wondered what is the relation between these two? Well, if you have solved any physics problem, you may know the answer from intuition. But if not, let's discuss in detail. Scientists are people who frame theories that explain the world around us. And these theories are based on either their observations, the experiments that they conduct in labs, or just based on the simplicity and elegance of the theory in explaining any physical phenomena. Mathematicians or scientists who do math deal with the pure logical consequences of the theory. And these consequences come out of generally pure calculations that predict exactly the phenomena that the theory was trying to explain. But in rare cases, when the calculations predict something that was not previously anticipated, and by conducting experiments, if we come to know that those calculations are true, our belief in that theory increases and people start using that theory to solve scientific problems. But if the experiments contradict with the calculations, the theory is no longer valid in those circumstances and a hunt for a new theory begins. A very standard example of that is the Newton's law of gravity. Under special conditions, when the object is moving closer to the speed of light, the theory of gravity doesn't hold, and only the Einstein's theory of relativity is applicable. To understand this with an example, you must have heard the story of an apple falling on the ground and Newton coming up with the theory of gravity by wondering that why is this apple coming down and not going up, and which force is actually pulling it down. So the theory gives us an equation that the force that the apple is going to experience is going to equal to mass of the apple times g, which is a constant near the surface of earth, and it is equal to mass into acceleration of the object. So if we do a very simple mathematical manipulations, we can cancel m on both sides and we come to a conclusion that the acceleration of the object is going to be g, which is a constant. So this is giving us an unanticipated prediction that even if instead of apple there was an stone or a feather, the acceleration would be same for all these objects. So, but from intuition, we know that a feather will fall slowly, and the reason is air resistance. But if we do experiments, if we manage to create a vacuum in special experiments, then our belief in uh, the theory of gravity will get restored, because we will see that if thrown from a same height, an apple and a feather will touch the ground at the same instant. But since these scientific observations are very difficult to conduct, mathematicians don't apply their calculations on the real world. Instead, they do that on mathematical models. Well, what is a model? We all have heard the term usually in the fashion industry, and the term is used for a person who is a representative of the person who is going to wear that clothing. But it is, we all know that not all body types are the same, and it's obvious that any person who is going to wear the clothing may not be the same person, but it is a representative of the person who is going to wear that particular clothing. In the same way, mathematicians create imaginary or simplified representative versions of the real world, which are on which calculations are possible, and then they apply mathematics on those models to understand the real world. And to take an example of it, if we have two people who are playing a game with a ball on a beach, then in order to study the motion of that stone, the mathematicians don't do that study on the real world. Instead, they create an imaginary model of it. And the model is a model of a simple projectile thrown at an angle theta, which is following a parabolic path. So this is an example of mathematical model which is used to study any real world phenomena, and the selection of the model can be based on either making it as close as possible to the real world, or making it as simple as possible to make our study easy as possible, while keeping complexity in it to such an extent that is desirable. And in next videos, we are going to see some examples of models that mathematicians use to study real world phenomena.